This next story is incredibly disheartening because one of the most progressive senators is going to walk directly into a Republican trap on the issue of veterans' health care.
The truth is that when people get into the VA, the quality of care is good. The problem that we have to address is access to the system and waiting lines. We are going to introduce legislation either tomorrow or Tuesday which addresses, I think, the short-term needs to make sure that any veteran who is on a long waiting line will be able to get the care that he or she needs, either at a private facility or a community health center or DO, Department of Defense base. But longer term, what we have to do within the VA is to make sure that they have the primary care physicians, the nurses, and the staffing they need to provide the quality of care that our veterans deserve in a timely manner.
Never did I ever think I'd see the day where the great Bernie Sanders proposes private health care for veterans. Now, look, I know Bernie means well. I know he thinks this is a solution, and you could tell by how he worded it there. In his mind, it would be a temporary thing while they fix the VA. But think about it. With this Republican Congress, is there ever going to be a day where they actually fix it? No. Of course, they would never do that. And by Bernie doing this, he's really walking directly into the Republican trap. See, what they do is, so they start these ridiculous wars, right? They send all these young men and women off to these wars. They only about double the funding under Bush and then Obama. They only about doubled the funding for the VA when they needed to make it like 40 times bigger. So all these guys come back and they need health care, naturally. I mean, that's going to happen when you start two over a decade-long wars. Never mind all the other, shit that we got going on all over the place. And then what happens is they come back, they don't increase the funding enough, and what do they say? God damn, look at that. Government health care sucks. It doesn't work, and we need to privatize. No. It's simply a funding issue. If you gave enough money, they would have hired enough people, and there would be no backlog. There would be no waiting lists. Okay? That's how this works. So what the Republicans do is they underfund, and what do? They blocked over a dozen bills proposed by the Democrats to increase funding more for the VA. So they block everything that would fix the problem, and then when the problem happens, they go, would you look at that? Blame the Democrats, and government health care obviously is the problem. No, you're the problem. You're the problem. And then when Bernie comes out here and says, okay, fine, temporary private health care for veterans, that is the biggest Trojan horse I've ever seen in my life. By the way, that's the same argument they made with attempting to privatize Social Security, for example. They go, no, we're not against Social Security. We love Social Security. We just want to fix it and make it better. So our proposal for doing that is, let's privatize about half of it and give people the choice. We're just going to give you the choice to open up a 401k and then to make your own decisions with your own money as opposed to giving it to the big bad government. And by the way, if that got through when they proposed it in 2005, when Bush got reelected, you know what would have happened? Nobody would have any fucking retirement money today. How do I know that? You would have privatized Social Security. Everybody would have had their 401ks instead of Social Security. And then the market fucking crashed in 2008 and everybody's wealth would have went poof, gone. Directly into the pockets of the rich or totally evaporated. But my point is they framed it as we don't want to privatize it all. We just want to give you the choice. Just some of it. Just do a little bit temporary. Just a little something here. That's all we got to do. The same thing they do whenever they talk about Medicare. When they want to privatize Medicare, what do? Oh, no, it's not a voucher system, which would be privatizing and giving people a block grant from the government, and then you're on your own, right? They go, no, we want to do a Premium Plus plan. That's what Representative Paul Ryan calls it. It's his Orwellian way of saying I'm in favor of vouchers and privatizing Medicare. And then what do they say? Oh, no, Premium Plus, we're not privatizing it. No. What we're doing is we're just going to give you a little bit of money and then you get to pick on the private market. That would be privatizing it. What are you talking about? That's exactly what it is. And now Bernie Sanders, of all people, is proposing that for the VA. No, it'll just be temporary, and all you got to do is give them private health care while there's waiting lists and while there's, the problem at the VA, and we'll get everything sorted out while they go to their private health care. Do you really think that's how it would remain, a small thing? No, the Republicans would chip away at it and get rid of the VA completely and privatize that healthcare system too, and make the health insurance companies and the healthcare companies rich off the backs of our veterans. No, see, Bernie, what you don't understand is that now is the opportunity to go, no, of course we're not going to fucking privatize it. You're going to shut up, Republicans, and pass this bill to fix the problem. And if you don't fix the problem, then all of us Democrats are going to go out there and say, blame them. They voted against the bill to fully fund the VA. And they already voted against it over a dozen times. I don't know why you're not talking about that every single day. Every Democrat should be out there going, whoa. Who are you blaming here? Who are you blaming? You're blaming President Obama? Really? That's who you're blaming? You do know that Article 1, Section 7 of the Constitution says all spending bills have to originate in the House of Representatives, right? President Obama can't just wave a fucking magic wand and say, increase funding. That doesn't happen. It has to start in the House. The House didn't do it. It's the House of Representatives' fault, which is majority Republican. They don't want to fund the VA enough. The way to fix the problem is to increase the funding and end the conversation and put the blame where it belongs, not to do temporary privatization. No. You fix the problem the right way, and you don't walk directly into their trap, which is only going to lead to bigger problems down the road and more privatization.